Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, except you 7-year-olds, why the fuck are you still here? Welcome to the Steaming Poop Awards for 2015. These are new, because you see, as much as yesterday I went through sort of the bad games that people actually put effort into, a lot of games have come out where people clearly didn't. And these people do need to be locked up for the sake of everybody else, and I decided to point these games out today. These are games that basically appeared on Steam with all the warmth and welcome of a hemorrhoid. Let's get started. 10. Airport Simulator 2015. Dear God, this only got 10th fucking place. Fucking hell, what the fuck is on the rest of this list? So yeah, Airport Simulator 2015, kind of an improvement on 2014 because they took away all the waiting and just replaced it with the same thing over and over again about 1 billion times. It was raining and you had to clear up snow, the rapture was happening. I don't want to think about it for any longer than that, really. 9. Silicone 2, a game about shooting things that just didn't work. Every time you changed scene, went in a door, there was a 50-50 fucking coin flip. If it landed heads, your game would crash. Specifically, Blender, which was a bit weird. Yeah, and the rest of it was just a really piss-poorly put-together shooter, which it just didn't work. 8. A new entry at number 8, that's Steel Rivals, the worst fighting game I've ever played in my entire life. A camera so close to the two characters that you could see if they had their genitals pierced. An unpleasant experience. There were 3 attack buttons, 2 of which didn't work. There was a block button that also didn't work, and all the characters were incredibly bland, the backgrounds were awful, and altogether it was just a horrific pile of donkey shite, really. 7. Chariot Wars. I actually blocked this one from my mind. It's written down here in blood, so, yeah, that wasn't pleasant. 6. Bone Town, the Power of Death or something. I didn't write the subtitle down. Yeah, Bone Town was one dude's go at making Skyrim with a frame rate of about 1. It was an interesting experience, and it proved why it takes about 300 people several years to make Skyrim. Good experiment, but you largely made something beyond atrocious. So well done. 5. Alien Wasteland! I liked Alien Wasteland because I managed to pick up the fuel canister, put it in the car infinite times, and then just drive away, having completed the game in about 2.5 minutes. So, I mean, I didn't have to play it for very long. I do love it when a game's mechanics make the actual game itself commit seppuku, but, yeah, that's kind of a problem there. 4. I'd love to spend a few minutes here now just talking about the gameplay of Grass Simulator, but there wasn't any. You kind of walked around and shot some cows for a bit, and then there were other modes you could click and nothing would happen, and your life wouldn't be enriched in any way, and No, there's literally nothing more I can say about that game. 3. Accidental Runner! Jesus fuck, I had to remember this game existed for this fucking award ceremony. Do you remember Accidental Runner? You stood still and things came at you, but your dude was running. It's literally half a tutorial level for Unreal. It was literally the first tutorial Unreal for the running dude. It's like the first half of it that someone just was like, fuck it, I'm gonna sell that. It's just... I need words stronger than bad. We don't have words stronger than bad. Or atrocious, like a nightmare from which one cannot wake and you scratch your eyes out to try and regain consciousness. That sort of level. 2. Yo-Yo Simulator. Yo-Yo Simulator. Whatever the fuck that little girl thing was called. One level, you ran around as a little girl, and there were some people doing some things, and you could hit them with your hair, and they'd fly off. We laughed, we cried. It was a move for having an Easter egg that referenced child rape. That really pissed me off. That did, because not a great thing to have an Easter egg about. If you didn't see it, it was the little girl character was unconscious on the floor, there was a guy standing over her, and her underpants were to the side. What a great game this was. But yeah, I like the fact that Steam has absolutely no fucking quality control, but it has moral control. That's nice, isn't it? Steam will look after you, make sure you don't see bad things, but if you've bought a bad game, fuck you, that's not their job. Right? One. And now, what was the worst game? Can you think of one? Is there one still stuck in your brain? There was one that I couldn't get out of my brain for just being quite possibly the worst game in the world. In fact, I'd say in the universe, because I don't think there's an alien species fucking stupid enough to come up with something as bad as Galactic Hitman. The same level repeated with the same enemies repeated that wouldn't fire at you if you weren't looking at them, and if you crouched they'd miss, and you could see bits of the level through it, and there was no real point to any of it, and you could fire your gun without actually hitting the fire button, and just so bad. So, seriously, I think we should get Geneva involved, because I think it's technically a weapon of mass destruction. If you airdropped that shit onto North Korea, they'd surrender immediately, but you'd be morally bankrupt forever and everyone would hate you. It just should be destroyed. You know they buried E.T. in the desert because there was too many copies of it? I think we should bury all copies of Galactic Hitman in the sun, just to make sure they're absolutely, positively, 100% destroyed, removed, and obliterated from this fucking planet so no one ever has to suffer through that piece of undeniable shit ever again. That was the Steaming Poop Awards. Tomorrow, we talk about good games! Yay! Oh, and if you happen to be NASA, I'm happy to work with you on the whole burying this game in the sun sort of thing. Call me. Call me NASA. Or Scott Manley.